Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new portion of the chapter Magnetism. Here we will mainly focus on the properties of a magnet. The first property is attractive property of a magnet. A magnet can attract magnetic substances towards it. This property is called attractive property of the magnet. Let us perform an activity to see the attractive property of the magnets. Here we need to show that the magnetic poles have the maximum magnetic power. So we need a bar magnet, a white sheet of paper and iron fillings. Now in method what we need to do? Spread some iron fillings over a white sheet of paper. Roll the magnet on the iron fillings so that all the parts of the magnet touch the iron fillings. Then if we pick up the magnet and observe how the iron fillings are distributed all over the magnet, we can observe most of the iron fillings cling to both the ends of the magnet and a few at the middle of it. So what can we conclude from this activity? This activity clearly shows that the strength of a magnet is maximum near the ends. And the ends of a magnet where the magnetic force is strongest are called its poles. So, magnetic poles have the maximum magnetic power and the magnetic force is negligible at the center of the magnet. And here one thing I need to say again, that there are two poles of a magnet and one is named as North Pole, another one is named as South Pole. You can see North Pole is written as N and South Pole is written as S. Another property is directive property. A freely suspended magnet always rests pointing in the north-south direction. This property of a magnet is called its directive property. To show the directive property of a magnet, we need a bar magnet, a piece of thread and a wooden stand. We need to take the bar magnet and we will suspend it from a string tied to its middle so that it can rotate freely. It is a freely suspended magnet because it is free to move in any direction. Now, what we will observe? We will observe that the freely suspended bar magnet points in the north-south direction when it comes to rest. The end of the magnet that points towards north is called its north-seeking end or the north pole of the magnet. On the other hand, the other end that points towards the south is called the south-seeking end or the south pole of the magnet. Now students, I can tell you that the poles of magnet always exist in pairs. How we can understand that? If we take a magnet and break it into two pieces from the middle, the two pieces so obtained will have two poles. That is the north pole and the south pole of their own. Now, if you again break each of these pieces into two, you will again get two poles on each of the four pieces. If you continue breaking the magnet into smaller pieces, every piece of the magnet that you obtain will both have north poles and south poles. Thus, even the smallest piece of magnet is a complete magnet on itself. This means we cannot isolate north pole or south pole of a magnet. And the poles of magnet always exist in pairs. We know students that all magnets have two poles, and if we bring two magnets close to each other, like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. That means if we bring a north pole of a magnet in front of a south pole, it will attract the magnet. And if we bring the north pole of a magnet close to the north pole, it will repel each other. Now students, I will discuss about test for magnetism, and here we can observe that repulsion is a sure test for magnetism. So let's perform an activity to test whether a given metallic bar is a magnet or not. Now let us take a bar magnet and we will suspend the bar magnet with the help of a thread. Now we have to bring the specimen metallic bar near the one end or one pole of the magnet, and again other end of the specimen bar we need to bring towards the same pole of the magnet. If we see that repulsion occurs, then we can say that the specimen metallic bar is definitely a magnet. But if in both the cases attraction occurs, then we can say that the specimen metallic bar is not a magnet. From this activity we can conclude that repulsion is a sure test for magnetism. Okay students, so up to this you will learn from your book. Thank you.